Switzerland is a small but proud country in the middle of Europe. For a long time, it has become a global symbol of wealth, peace, and quality of life. Although its area is only about 41,000 square kilometers and the population is more than 8.5 million people, Switzerland always shines on the world map because of its unique identity. It is one of the rare neutral countries that did not join wars for many centuries. At the same time, it is also a center of economy, finance, science, and international diplomacy. When people talk about Switzerland, they think immediately about the Alps mountains with white snow all year, the blue lakes like gems, very exact watches, trusted banks, sweet chocolate, and one of the best direct democracies in the world. This country is not only a dream destination for tourists, but also a place where many people want to live, work, and enjoy a peaceful life. Here, nature and people join together and make a picture that is both grand and delicate. Anyone who visits once will find it very hard to forget. In the center of Europe, Switzerland has no sea, but it has a special strategic position because it borders 5 countries: Germany in the north, France in the west, Italy in the south, Austria and Liechtenstein in the east. Thanks to this, the country is called the crossroad of the continent, where culture, economy, and politics of European powers meet and connect. The geography of Switzerland is very diverse. The Great Alps cover more than 60% of the land, from the southwest to the southeast, and they are a paradise for people who love skiing, climbing, and exploring nature. The central plateau, Mittelland, is flat and rich, and here live most people, big cities, and centers of industry and finance. The Jura Mountains in the northwest are famous for green forests, lovely valleys, and the tradition of making fine watches. Switzerland is also called the Land of Lakes, with thousands of lakes, including Lake Geneva, Lake Zurich, Lake Lucerne, and many glaciers, waterfalls, and rivers. These things make wonderful landscapes and give a strong source of hydropower. The climate here is continental temperate, but changes with height and region. Summer is often cool and pleasant. Winter is cold and full of snow. Especially in one day, you can feel the warm air like the Mediterranean, and also the cold like Northern Europe, a very attractive contrast of this country. When you come to Switzerland, you feel like you enter a treasure of endless nature and culture. Zurich is the biggest city in Switzerland and also the most important center of finance, trade, and culture of the country. Although it is modern and lively, Zurich still keeps its old beauty with the old town Altstadt, with stone streets, the Grossmünster Church in Romanesque style, and the Fraumünster Church with glass windows made by Marc Chagall. Beside that, Lake Zurich is calm and reflects the city, making a romantic view that is good for boat trips. The city is also famous for the Kunsthaus Museum, which shows great art from the Middle Ages to modern times, and Bahnhofstrasse, one of the most luxurious shopping streets in the world. Geneva is called the capital of peace of the world because here are the offices of many international organizations like the United Nations, the World Health Organization, and the International Red Cross. The city is next to the beautiful Lake Geneva and is famous for the jet d'eau fountain that is more than 140 meters high, a symbol that you cannot miss. Geneva is also an attractive cultural place, with the charming old town, the historic Saint-Pierre Cathedral, and many museums, from the Museum of Art and History to the Patek Philippe Watch Museum. Both modern and peaceful, Geneva is a perfect stop to learn about diplomacy, art, and Swiss elegance. Bern, the beautiful capital of Switzerland, is a city with strong medieval style, and its old town is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. The Zitglogge clock tower with the old astronomical machine, the Grand Munster Cathedral, and the long arcades, the longest in Europe, make a special attraction for Bern. The green Air River goes around the city and makes the view more romantic. Bern is also connected with the genius physicist Albert Einstein, who lived and worked here. The harmony of history, nature, and peaceful life makes Bern one of the most charming capitals in the world. Lucerne is called the heart of Switzerland because of its beauty with the Blue Lake and the Great Alps. The city is famous for the wooden Kapellbrücke Bridge, the oldest covered bridge in Europe, and the symbol water tower, Wasserturm. When you enter Lucerne, you feel like you are in a beautiful painting of water and mountains, with the old vine-marked square, the touching lion monument carved in stone, and many interesting museums. From Lucerne, you can easily take a boat on the lake or climb Mount Pilatus and Mount Rigi to see the wonderful nature view. Between Lake Thun and Lake Brienz, Interlaken is a paradise for people who love adventure travel. From skydiving, paragliding, climbing, boating to skiing, this place gives many exciting experiences. Especially, Interlaken is the gate to the Jungfrau Peak, called the Top of Europe, where the highest railway in the continent takes you to Jungfraujoch Station at 3,454 meters high. The amazing view of snowy mountains, the Aletsch Glacier, and the green valleys around makes Interlaken a destination you cannot miss in your journey to explore Switzerland. Zermatt is a small village at the foot of the Matterhorn, one of the most famous and most photographed mountains in the world because of its perfect pyramid shape. The village has no cars, only small electric cars and horse carriages, which make the air fresh and peaceful. Zermatt is a paradise for skiing, climbing, and trekking. And it is also a perfect place to see the Matterhorn shining in the morning sun or at sunset. The Gornergrat Railway from Zermatt takes visitors higher and shows a full view of the beautiful Alps, an experience that everyone should try. Montreux is on the shore of Lake Geneva, famous for its mild climate, green vineyards, and especially the Montreux Jazz Festival, one of the most famous music festivals in the world. The city also has Château de Chillon, a medieval castle next to the lake, with a romantic and mysterious beauty. Walking along the lake path, visitors can see the wonderful view with the snowy Alps in the distance, palm trees moving in the wind, and an atmosphere full of art. Montreux not only attracts visitors, but was also a place where many famous artists, like Freddie Mercury, chose to stay and create. Basel is at the border of Switzerland, France, and Germany, and it is the art capital of Switzerland with more than 40 museums. The most famous is the Basel Art Museum, one of the oldest museums in Europe, which shows an impressive collection of art from the Middle Ages to modern times. The city is also famous for the Art Basel Fair, the biggest event in the world for collectors, artists, and art lovers. Basel also has an attractive old town with colorful houses, the bright red town hall, and the Rhine River going through, making a lively view. Hidden in the great Alps, the Lauterbrunnen Valley is praised as one of the most charming valleys in the world. This place attracts visitors with more than 70 waterfalls falling from high cliffs, and the most impressive is the Staubbach, more than 300 meters high, with white spray like a silver ribbon in the sky. Small, peaceful villages, green meadows with wildflowers, and the sound of cowbells in the clear air make a romantic scene that is hard to find anywhere else. From Lauterbrunnen, visitors can also easily go to the picture-like villages of Wengen and Mürren, or take the famous train to the top of Europe, Jungfraujoch, to enjoy fully the wonderful beauty of Switzerland. There are many interesting things in Switzerland that surprise visitors. The country has 4 official languages: German, French, Italian, and Romansh, showing a rare cultural diversity. Switzerland even has no official capital in its constitution, but Bern is seen as the capital in reality. This is one of the places with the highest living standard in the world, with a very modern health system, education, and infrastructure. Not only that, Switzerland is also the home of the Red Cross movement, and it is also the place where the famous Nobel Peace Prize is given. The trains here are so famous that they became a legend because of their perfect punctuality, which helps to make the image of a country of precision and discipline. Swiss culture is a fine mix of German, French, Italian, and its own identity, making a culture that is diverse but still in harmony. Folk music sounds with the Alphorn, and colorful festivals like Fasnacht in Basel, the Cowbell Festival, or the Hot Air Balloon Festival in Château-d'Œx make the country more lively. Art and architecture also leave strong marks, from Gothic churches, medieval towns to modern creative buildings. Swiss people are famous for being disciplined, punctual, loving nature, and valuing quality of life. They are friendly, hospitable, multilingual, and proud of direct democracy, where every citizen has a voice. Swiss food is a fine mix of many European cuisines, and it is famous for cheese, chocolate, and wine. Fondue and raclette are 2 special cheese dishes, while Rösti, a crispy potato cake, has become a symbol of simple Swiss food. Swiss chocolate, with brands like Lindt, Toblerone, and Nestlé, has long won the hearts of people around the world. Besides that, wine, craft beer, and strong coffee also make a food experience that is both traditional and elegant. All these things make Switzerland one of the best countries to live in and to explore on the planet. This is clear proof that a country does not need to be very big, but can still become a global symbol. From its neutral history, direct democracy, the wealth of modern cities to the great beauty of nature, Switzerland always makes the world admire. When you travel in Switzerland, you not only see the wonderful landscapes, but you also enjoy a diverse culture, rich food, and meet friendly and open people. Switzerland is truly a living paradise, where perfection is almost present in every moment, and when you leave, your heart always keeps a deep and unforgettable memory.